Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for tuning in as always. Thank you for all your support, comments, likes, subscribes, shares, discussions, etc, etc. Right, nice, quick, easy one today. So anyone that follows the channel will know that my recent cleanse of fuzz was just touchless and then Gyeon Bathe Plus, and the entire car was just finished with Gyeon Bathe Plus, but just this side of the bonnet 50-50 split, this side had additional wet coat. Now there are some spots on the car. That's purely because this morning I was making a tyre coating comparison video and had to rinse off a few bits where I accidentally got a bit of cleaner on the car, so I ended up spraying it a bit, and you know how it is, dirty water. Anyway, the coating and the general appearance of the car for the past 2 weeks, it's been 2 weeks since I washed it, have been very, very good, and it's still got a nice shine about it. So very happy with Gyeon Bathe's performance, the appearance of the car, etc, etc. So we'll get straight in. Haven't got to do the wheels today. We'll just get straight in, have a little look. I wouldn't normally do a pre-rinse, but two reasons. One, want to see if the coating's still performing. Two, it is absolutely blazing. No doubt the paint is boiling, so she's getting pre-rinsed. Then we're going in with 50 ml of touchless, old touchless, in a litre of water in the MJJC. Again, to answer a question that someone posed on the channel about how weak you can go with touchless. So this will be a good opportunity to see how the foam performs. I'm expecting to go round the car once with foam and then immediately spray off, because even if it was really, really thick, it's just going to get evaporated in this weather. So thin, a little bit runny, that's ideal today. And then I'm going to 2 bucket wash the car, 12 squirts of Bathe Plus in the bucket, auto glim polar mitt, lovely jubbly, and then Gyeon Wetcoat on the top this time. Take 2. You can still see that line. Which is quite a surprise, I have to say. Right, let's get this all cooling, then we can look at the water action. Wet coat side doing its thing, quickly followed by Bathe Plus side, also still just about doing its thing, a little bit more sheety. The wet coat side's already done. Anyway, other thing we can look at actually while it's on my mind, it'll come to me. Incredibly, still doing good. So, you know, we've had 75% rain for the last 2 weeks, so really pleased, it's done really well. That's the other thing that will be interesting to see, whether touchless vaporizes the Gyeon Bathe coating. We shall see. Anyway, I'll get that all rinsed off cam. As you can see, water action still highly favourable throughout. Wicked. Yeah, water action still highly favourable throughout. So I'll get this all rinsed just to cool the paint off a bit, and then we'll go in with touchless. So all beading up nicely, rinsed all over, just in an attempt to cool the paint a little bit, and also to show how the protection's still working. So I'll get this side done on cam, then we'll pause cam, I'll get round the other side quick as possible, and we'll go straight into rinse phase. We've got literally 50ml of touchless in here and 950ml of water, making up to 1 litre, set to maximum. So hopefully that answers my viewer's question nicely. I mean, when you do the PIR tests for built hamper, it says you need tons. No, I don't think so personally. I'll just finish off the remains off cam, and then we'll start getting that off already, straight away. But you can see, perfect. Won't be a sec. My apologies. The GoPro failed just as I was commencing the rinse part. So, just going to reapply some foam. Get this side done first, off cam. I mean, this time out of the way. Because we don't like it drying on the car. For the eagle-eyed viewers, you can see it's ever so slightly thicker. As I say, GoPro died, SD card error, so I just eyeballed the amount in the Canon for speed. Maybe we're a bit more like 100mm, who knows. But at least I've captured the footage earlier of it going on at 50mm, so we progress. I hope the SD card's all right. Get that all gone. And we'll get back to where we were a minute ago. When the GoPro died. Lovely. So prior to GoPro having either thermal shutdown or SD card failure, or both, let's hope not SD card failure, I had started saying, a bit more time today, a bit more mellow, I can remember, bottom up. So what we want to see is, and apologies, I'm on a new camera. I've not put it into full production yet. That we've still got the same water action here that the coating was showing prior to a good dousing with touchless. Same test here. We want to rinse. There could be a good result, and it'd be nice to still see that split. We shall see. And you can. Amazing. Bathe plus this on the right, Wetcoat on the left. But both coatings still performing similarly to the start of the video when I just hit it with water. So that's good. Now I just clean with Bathe, and that'll help maintain my coatings. Anyway, I hope the cinematography is okay. This is a new camera, and because I'm fully GoPro, as much as the new one's wonderful, and I'll talk more about it on the channel another time, because I'm so invested with GoPro and it's so normal for my process, I've yet to test the new one. Anyway, I'll get this all rinsed off cam, and then we'll get into the 2 bucket wash. So rinsing's going good, but this is probably a good opportunity to do an update after a foaming of the tyres. So this morning I shot a video of Maguire's on driver's side rear, dark side, driver's side front, Pearl passenger side rear, and Garage Therapy tyre serum passenger side front. So it's a good opportunity to have a look at the water action. They've had plenty of time to dry the products. So that was Maguire's. This is dark side. Lovely and hydrophobic. Lovely and rich black, as you would imagine. This is Garage Therapy. Wonderful hydrophobic properties. Lovely, subtle factory look, fresh pigment. Apologies about the camera. It has like a nice soft gimbal, and this is Pearl. Performing similarly to dark side and Garage Therapy. All very good. Right, let's get into a quick 2 bucket. She's not going to need a lot, is she? Just agitate the bucket. Nice straight lines, nice and gentle. On we go. I suppose it wouldn't hurt for it to have a slightly different camera angle for once, eh? And as previously mentioned, the Bathe, whilst not the bubbliest product on the known universe, in the known universe, it is very slick in hand, and it feels pleasurable to use. So today, when I was putting it in the bucket, I thought to myself, do you know what? I'm not going to do that end piece where you put a couple of squirts in the pad, on the pad, and then just go round. We're not doing that today because we have a coat of wet coat at the end to perform such duties. So what we're looking at is, rather than previously where I've used Chemical Guys suds, which I've always been a fan of, but I discovered whilst making a video that it stripped the wet coat. Hence why I purchased Bathe. Excuse me. Get a nice big one, cause that's almost it. Easy peasy. As always, everything's being done at pace. It is blazing hot. The paint is blazing hot. I'm blazing hot. Flip the pad. That's that. And I'm of the mind now just to get this sloshed on, because we'll be getting this mixed in a moment during the rinsing phase. There's not a lot of dirt, if any, which is pleasing. Apologies if I'm melting. It has been a very industrious day. YouTube video this morning, 2 long dog walks, mowed the grass, now second YouTube video. On fire. Closing in on relaxation time. That's what it says to me. Let's get a little bit in the glass. Not sure I did the lower. Last swoosh. And we're done. So you should see nice water action. Dry me pores. Hopefully this camera doesn't suffer from the thermal shutdown conditions. Time will tell. Right, standard section. Wonderful. So we were starting to lose, we were getting bead at the top. But at the lowers, that had kind of diminished. Now, we're back to bead everywhere. Superb. And also, just to mention, I haven't set up the audio yet on this alternative camera, so apologies if the audio's not up to spec. Can still just about make out the divider, but not really much at all. Anyway, I'm going to buzz around this because I can start to sort of smell the product baking. So I'm going to get around it. At least keep it wet, keep it moving, and then we'll start getting Gyeon over the car. Wet coat, that is. Feels like it's taken me a good 2 months. Someone corrected me before and said, it's not Gyeon, it's Gyeon. I've been aware of that for a while, but it's taken me a good couple of months to start to adjust. going to put this down a minute. Just to tolerate me again. Let's just pop that there. Lovely jubbly. We'll start getting Gyeon on in a minute. In fact, you don't need to see me rinse the whole car. Let's just pour. I'll speed this bit up. Because I wash it every weekend, pretty much, you get a good sense of what the water action's normally like. And I will say that using Bathe Plus and Wetcoat together has provided a really nice water action. Really good. Not going to argue with that. Not going to argue with that. Right, I'll get it dried off cam and then we'll do a wrap up and I'll say goodbye. Well, I have to say I was impressed when I used Bathe Plus on its own, but using it in combination with Wetcoat, Gyeon Wetcoat, Gyeon Bathe Plus, fabulous. Just that little bit more slickness, ease, better water action. Wonderful. Really pleased. And hopefully a good starting test on the tyre coatings. As I say, they all had a right good going over this morning. I'll try and get that video uploaded first. So the Maguire stood up quite well, Pearl stood up well, and Garage Therapy stood up well to its first wash and pressure wash, and Dark Side stood up well. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that one. Apologies for the change in recording equipment halfway through. That wasn't intentional, but I'll tell you more about the new rig in another video. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that one. Hope you're enjoying the sunny weather in the UK at the moment. And thank you for tuning in, and I very much look forward to seeing you again very, very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.